Morning. Fancy a little mooch around the Aberdeenshire countryside? Let's see if we can end up in Pennan, a pretty little fishing village on the north coast. Grab your tartan rug and a thermos. Join me. Good morning, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, which about 80 of you are since the last video about moving to Scotland, welcome along. Glad you took the time to subscribe. Thank you for everybody that commented on that last video. Today I'm going to take you to Pennan. Okay, I thought this would be interesting for you all. This is the Allans Hill radar station. Now, I'd never seen one of these coming from down south. There are 25 of them or thereabouts around the country. National Air Traffic Control Service run these radar. I'll just turn you round so you're not looking at me. So yeah, Allans Hill NATS radar. Inside that dome is the spinning radar that you see like at airfields, Heathrow, etc. The spinning radar thing. Stick around if you want more technical engineering explanations. But here we go, Allans Hill, National Air Traffic Service radar station. There are about 25 of them around the country for obviously National Air Traffic Service to monitor flights in and out of the country. Looking on their website, they managed 7,000 flights yesterday. It's got this huge building here, as you can see at the bottom. There's very little on the internet about this place, as you might imagine. However, the radome, which is the bowl, the dome that you see up there, was actually renewed in 2018. It had been up there since 1993 and required renewing. They renewed it in the summer of 2018. Within a few days, the wind had to be under 5 miles an hour to do the job, which here, as you can probably hear on a day like today, even in a June day, a wind under 5 miles an hour is pretty unheard of here because the North Sea is just over there. So yeah, they're really interesting. Never seen one before, but there you go. Allans Hill radar station up here in Aberdeenshire. So here we are. There's a car park at the end of the village. That's the village hall. Some bins, which are nice. And then there's this little sort of seating area up here. These are the red sandstone cliffs that surround the village. The tide is out. So yeah, I think this is the village hall. These guys in the camper may have stayed here the night. What a cracking spot if they have. Absolutely beautiful. There's some sort of garage with a very worn out for sale sign on it here. Public toilets in the village hall and a defibrillator. Coastal Cuppy. I've had a cup of coffee there before, but it doesn't appear to be open at the moment. Some sort of studio that's being done up. I won't shine my camera into people's houses. Let's walk along here. So I have been here before with my son when the waves were crashing over the seawall onto the front. Some lovely properties here. Quite a lot of them, I think, are holiday homes. Little seating areas out on the front. Now, interestingly, you may, if you're not from Scotland or you've never been to this part of the world, you may wonder why the houses are end on, and they get such storms here that they build them end on so that they're not side on to the storm, if that makes sense. And a lot of them, not so much here, but in places like Crivy, where they're really close to the front, you know, they're much nearer, they have shutters on them because all of this is washed up, as you can see, from down there in the storms. So the shutters on them to stop the stones and rocks and pebbles smashing the windows. That one's clearly having some work done on it. We've got these little gardens at the front, which is quite cute. So, did any of you guess what the film was that was filmed here in the 1980s? 1983, in fact. Quite a famous film for the time. There's one for sale there, look. Zoom out a bit. So there we go. If you want to live here at Pennan in a pretty little cottage with that as your view, you can. Don't know how much it is. I think actually I have seen it on the web and it's 150 grand. So for 150 grand, you could live right there and look at that every day. 150 grand. What would that get you down south? A one bed flat? That's a pretty house, driftwood. Guess this is just a little bothy or something. So yeah, the village was founded in the 18th century as a fishing village. There were three main families here. Watt is one of the names of the families here, up until the 1930s. And as you can see, the harbour, as boats, I guess, became bigger, the harbour became inadequate to take them anymore. Like everything, you know, boats have got bigger, agriculture, tractors have got bigger, more industrialised. That's interesting. Look at that, Angel Cottage. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool sculpture. Pretty quiet here this morning. It's a Sunday morning. Many people about to chat to. Now this will give you a clue. Somebody's got some stuff for sale here, look. Sheila's box. Oh, I see. Little boxes of artwork. Coffee and cake. Yeah, this will probably give you a clue if you haven't already. You may remember, if you're old enough, if you weren't at least 10 in the 80s, you probably won't remember this. But there's the pub, the Pennan Inn. It is open. It's got a barometer in the front here, look. Presented by F.W. Garden Campbell, Esquire of Troop Glen Lyon, 1864. It's the menu. Oh, smoked mackerel, brown crab, peterhead haddock, oh, and creme brulee. Is there a better dessert than creme brulee? I think not. Ah, and there's the plaque, you see, about local hero. So we've just done the thumbnail in front of the famous red telephone box. Creel Cottage. This is cute. Little wee bothy. harbour house is self-catering accommodation. Little burn there, cutting its way down through the cliffs. Heading out to sea. Pennan Harbour. Harbour office. So yeah, as you can see, the tide is out. Reminds me very much of Cornwall. Look at the old winch. Would have been used to winch up, I guess, the boats. Winch them up onto this beach. Maybe to be above the high tide mark. There is one wee boat down in there. Towering red sandstone. I presume any geologists in the comments might want to tell me different, that sandstone is a sedimentary rock. I'll pause here for you if you want to pause this and read it. Here we go, look. Pennan on the earliest maps of Scotland, 1580 to 1600, 1696. Poll tax records, the surnames West, Watt and Gat. Artist and local hero. An opening of the West Pier in 1904. Storms and seawall, look at that. Where we've just walked along, the 1953 storm. Incredible. Love the history of these places. So this is the coastal cuppy. I have had a cup of coffee here before with my lovely daughter when she came up, and we sat here in the sunshine, which it's not today. It is definitely not sunny. It's a bit more Scottish, a bit chillier, and somebody maintains this pretty little garden. Look, I presume this is opening up soon and we might be able to get a cup of coffee. So yeah, you've got these lovely little tables along here that you can sit at and have a cup of coffee. So here we are. So yeah, if you get a chance to come to Pennan, we're about, I don't know, an hour's drive north of Aberdeen. If you get a chance to come here, it really is an absolutely beautiful little spot. So this has been a very peaceful little video. Not my usual sort of talking to camera ones, but morning. How you doing?
Fine.
Good, good. You come far?
We are coming from Germany.
Oh, have you?
Yes.
And how do you like it?
Fine.
Good.
Fine.
Is this your first day?
First time, yeah.
Ah, right. Yeah, yeah. Well, welcome. Lovely place, isn't it? Yeah, yeah.
You live here?
No. Well, I live about half an hour away.
Half an hour away.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Are these areas just for vacations, or live here a lot of guys?
There's about 12 people. Well, there's a couple of
12
dozen
people live
people in
here.
the village. Yeah, quite a lot of them are holiday homes now, I think. Yeah. Are you touring the whole of Scotland?
Yes.
Are you? Where have you been so far?
We started in Edinburgh.
Edinburgh,
and
yeah.
then we
Do you mind this being on? I'm just videoing. Is that all right? Cool. Thank you.
And we
But all rice
went
bars.
up to Macduff, and today we go to in the next to Inverness. And,
Yep.
So to the north and on the east coast, on the west coast down.
Ah, you'll love it up there.
Yeah.
It's empty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the road. If you're all on bikes, the roads are fantastic. Yeah, so you'll have good fun.
Hopefully the weather is
Well, I can't promise that.
It looks like, yeah, it looks like, yeah.
Nice to meet you all. Have a great trip. That was nice. Guys from Germany touring all around Scotland on their bikes. Couldn't promise them the weather though. So yeah, I might wrap that up here, guys. And then again, I might not. There might be an extra bit if I see something more interesting on the way back. But that was Pennan. Hope you've enjoyed it. Bit different to my last few videos. If you want to get out and see a bit more of Scotland and you'd like me to do more of these, drop a comment below. If you liked what you've seen today, hit the subscribe button, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thanks for watching.